The vegan finds, where we're going to turn this into this sauerkraut dumplings with a German mustard sour cream sauce. Okay, so in continuation of Oktoberfest week, we are going to be making sauerkraut dumplings. So in order to make sauerkraut dumplings, we need sauerkraut. We need potatoes. We need some scallions. We're going to need an egg substitute, which I'm going to use basically 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour and 2 tablespoons of water mixed together. And I'm just going to add just a touch of black salt to that to give it an eggy nature. And we're going to put this all together. We're going to coat it in some gluten-free vegan breadcrumbs, and we are going to fry them up and then dip them in a sour cream mustard sauce. I'm also going to make a curry flavored ketchup and possibly a chili sauce just to test it out. So stick around. I'll show you how to make this, and it'll be done in a flash. So the first thing that we're going to do is make mashed potatoes. I want to say this is about a half a pound. It might be slightly more than half a pound, but you want to basically half a pound of potato to 1 cup of sauerkraut. Put these in a pot of cold water to start. Salt the water like you would if it was pasta. Then turn it on. When it comes to a boil, let it continue to boil until the potatoes are done. Then what you're going to do is the potatoes be really super easy to peel. You're just going to drain it, let them cool for a minute. The peels will come right off, and then we're going to mash it. Okay, so right here I have a tablespoon of minced scallion, also known as green onion or spring onion, depending on where you are. In here I have 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour plus 2 tablespoons of water. This is going to be our egg yolk simulation. And to that I'm just going to add a pinch of black salt. This is an Indian black salt, even though it's pink in color. It's very high in sulfur and will give basically the flavor of an egg without actually being an egg. So our potatoes have been cooked. They just have to be mashed. I got a little bit of peel still here, which I've just taken off. And I'm going to mash them up, and then I'm going to add our ingredients into this. I'm also going to add a tablespoon or 2 of German mustard, because you got to get that mustard in there as well. So give me a second, and I'll show you how to do this all. Okay, so I got my potatoes, started mashing them. Basically, you just want to get most of the major big lumps out once you do mash this. This is going to be like a potato croquette, you know, at the end of the day. So any overly big chunks are kind of gunk up the works, as it were. So these seem pretty suitably mashed. I'm going to add my tablespoon of minced scallions, my 1 cup of drained sauerkraut. Going to add my fake egg mixture. I'm going to give it a healthy squeeze of German mustard. And basically, we're just going to kind of blend this all together. Now I heavily salted the potato water. I'm going to just take a little taste to see if they actually need any additional potatoes. And remember, if you're using the black salt in your egg mix, you're going to want to cut back on the regular salt. Definitely needs a little bit of black pepper. I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm actually going to add a little more sauerkraut to this because it's not very noticeable. And it could be because I use significantly more potato than the half a pound that I thought I was using. So let me just throw in some more in here. And I know Doris really likes sauerkraut, so more. You can't, with her, you can't have enough sauerkraut. So I'm gonna, that looks good. Definitely gonna add a little bit of salt to this as well. Okay, so I got my salt. I'm just gonna sprinkle 2 healthy pinches in there. Give it another quick stir. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically make these into I would say slightly smaller than a golf ball sized nugget, and refrigerate them for half an hour. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Doris is going to be happy with that. That's more up to her caliber of sauerkrautiness, as it were. So what we're going to do is we're just going to roll these up. You want them, I would say, this is about a golf ball size. And then we're just going to keep rolling them and put them into the fridge for half an hour. So I'm going to keep rolling these up, and in half an hour I'll show you how to finish them off. Okay, so while our croquettes are basically cooling down, I'm going to start making our dipping station. So I'm just going to take some gluten-free flour. I'm just using the Bob's Red Mill. That's going to be the first dip, as it were. The next one is going to be our vegan egg substitute. So in my dish, I'm got a half a cup of chickpea flour and a half a cup of water. And again, I don't know why I always use these containers, because everything gets stuck in the corner. But there I am. This will thicken up just a little bit as it sets. But this is about the right consistency that you want. You want it maybe just a little bit more. I might have to add a little bit more of the chickpea flour. We'll see where we are when it's time to dip. And to this, I'm going to be adding some gluten-free vegan breadcrumbs. These are panko breadcrumbs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just blitz them for a minute or two. I just want you to see them, because you can see they're fairly large crumbs, and I want a smaller crumb than what this is going to be, because I don't want them to fall off, which will probably happen if I leave them in this large size. So I'm going to just zap them in our little food processor for about 1 or 2 seconds. That should be enough. Okay, so here are our breadcrumbs. You can see it's quite a bit finer. I used our, I don't know what this is called. The Ninja, the Blendini, I don't know. This thing right here. That's what I used. I used this thing right here, whatever this is. I don't know what it's called. So, okay, so while we're still waiting for the croquettes to cool down, I'm going to make our dipping sauce. I've got, it looks like about a 1/4 cup or so. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a third, maybe a half cup of vegan sour cream. We are using the Good Karma plant-based sour cream. Doris likes it. We just tried it for the first time recently, and we are going to be adding to it some German mustard, because how can you have a dipping sauce without German mustard? I'm just going to mix this in. For those of you who've seen us before, you'll know I'm not a huge fan of sour cream. I will bite the bullet and taste this. Make sure it's got enough of the mustard in there. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to just add a touch more of the mustard to this. And the dipping sauce is done. I'm going to check my timer, but I'm guessing that the croquettes are ready to be rolled, dipped, and fried. So let me just take another quick taste. Oh yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, so I'm going to move that over there, and we're going to get to the next step right now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our croquette and we're going to roll it in some flour. Then we're going to take it and roll it in our egg mix and then drop it into our breadcrumbs. And just get it nice and coated. Now if you have a deep fryer, that would work really well for this particular application. I'm not using our deep fryer because it's just too messy right now to deal with. And I'm just dropping them into a cast iron skillet that has probably about an inch of oil in it, and I will show you how to fry these up. I'm just going to start our first batch, and I'll show you how to finish this off in a flash. Okay, so I got some croquettes in. I'm getting the last of them done right now. Worked out well because I just ran out of pretty much both the breadcrumbs and the fake egg. Just so you can see. There we go, a little bit better white on there. That's the kind of color you want. You want it golden brown. Again, if you could do this in the deep fryer, it'll cook up a lot faster. You want that nice crispy golden brown color. Like that. Perfect. Let's take this guy out as well. And they really only take, 2 or 3 minutes per side to cook. You're literally seeing it right here, not even. I got my induction pan set at 7, which is not the highest level. But it's just the right temperature to cook these guys up. So they're all done. They're ready to go. I'm going to finish these off, and I'm going to show you how to plate it up in a moment. So there you have it. We got our sauerkraut balls. We got our sour cream and German mustard sauce. I added just a touch of some Thousand Island sauce, just for color purposes. Not really going to add any flavor to it. And a little sprinkle of paprika on top. So if you like these recipes, please click subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment, and give us a thumbs up. Also, follow us on Facebook, follow us on TikTok, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram. So there you have it. Be healthy, enjoy, be safe, and we'll see you again.